appreciation? Who doesn't like appreciation, right? You like, I also like, everybody likes. This video is completely about appreciation. Nowadays, it has been seen that people do work, they get something, however, appreciation is less, right? And sometimes we struggle like what to say, how to appreciate others. Can we always say very good, or we say excellent, or we have some other words or phrases? So today we'll learn about it. My name is Richa Singh in Bright Future. Let's watch the video and learn appreciative words, appreciative tones, and with proper gestures. Appreciation is an understanding and enjoyment of the value of something to someone. Ways to appreciate others. When you have an appreciation for something, you can see and truly understand its quality, and one way to show your appreciation for particular wonderful music performance is to give a standing ovation when it's over. Now, ways to appreciate. Standing ovation by using appreciative words, providing rewards or gifts, announcing the name, writing an appreciation note to something a person enjoys, give compliment or help them. Now, which type of appreciation can be given in class? We can give standing ovation, providing rewards, written appreciation note, give titles, announce name, give compliment, acknowledge the response of students. Then see the magic happening in class. First appreciative word, that is, I appreciate your work. Now, when do we use this? We can use it whenever somebody is doing any task, maybe in the classroom, maybe at your home, or in the office. So that time, if you say it that I appreciate your work, it means you are recognizing the efforts of somebody, and the person will also feel good. So use it. So use this appreciative phrase. Second phrase is, or the idiom is, you hit the bullseye. This phrase or this idiom we can use when the other person is sharing what you wanted to share, or what the answer you are looking for, the another person has given that answer. Mostly in classrooms it happens when we pose a question on students. Then a teacher is looking for the answer which student should respond, and the point student responds the answer of the question, then you can say, you hit the bullseye. You hit the bullseye. I hope you understood the usage of it. Now we'll talk about another appreciative word, that I completely agree to your point. Now appreciation also means that you are acknowledging the efforts of somebody. You are responding, you are nodding, you are rephrasing. I completely agree to your point. Now suppose I am talking about education, and I say that education is extremely necessary so that we can grow. Now here, if somebody agrees to this point or this word or sentence, then another person can say, I completely agree to your point. I completely agree to your point. Let's talk about fourth appreciative word, that is wonderful answer. What a wonderful answer. This phrase you can use whenever you like somebody's response and you really like somebody's response. In classroom you can use it often. Wonderful answer. However, it should not look fake. So that is why I am sharing multiple words, phrases or sentences which can be used to appreciate or acknowledge somebody's response. Much appreciated gesture or the answer. This we can use whenever somebody is helping you or providing a lending hand. Example, in classroom, if I am arranging whiteboard and students come and they start writing the date. So this time I can acknowledge their effort and I can say, much appreciated gesture. Much appreciated gesture. Let's talk about sixth phrase, that is, you enlightened us. You enlightened us. Now, how enlightened, right? So like, if somebody is sharing really amazing point in the discussion, group discussion, class discussion, or in response of a question, that time if that answer helps multiple people, right? That time you can say, hey, you enlightened us, or you have enlightened us with your answer. You have enlightened us with your answer. Now another one, it was most awaited response. It was most awaited response. Now for example, you are posing question, pausing question, waiting, pouncing. So you are doing that, right? And you are trying to look for the answer which you want in your classroom. You are not getting. Suddenly one student stands up or utters the response properly. Then you can say, amazing, it was most awaited response. It was most awaited response. Or suddenly you get any email and which has really good news. That time also you can mention in the email. It was the most awaited response. Another one is delighted to hear from you. Delighted to hear from you. Assume your friend comes, okay, or your friend calls. Then you can say, I am delighted to hear from you. So it is basically regarding any good news which you are hearing from somebody else. It can be student, it can be family member, it can be your friends. Fifth one is wonderful response. Wonderful response. This you can share whenever you feel like the answer of students or your colleague is amazing. You really like that. Now we have another way of acknowledging. You are extremely courageous. You are extremely courageous. Now this phrase you can use whenever suppose anybody is sharing the answer, okay, and shares a response which has bravery in it, okay, and suppose a child says or a student says that I was walking on the road, suddenly I saw that some people were trying to snatch the chain of an auntie, and then I went and I saved that person. So on this response you can say, you are extremely courageous. You are extremely courageous. Glad to hear from you. Glad to hear from you. This you can use anytime when anybody is speaking and maybe somebody is quiet, doesn't speak much, but suddenly gives the response. Then you can say glad to hear from you or glad to listen to you. Extremely popular phrase or appreciative word, that is simply wow. Simply wow. Simply wow we can use any time when you see a performance and that just blows your mind, or you hear somebody's response and you just can't wait to appreciate that person. So this time you can simply use simply wow. Simply wow. Now, during the discussion, when people are thinking, students are thinking, they are sharing the response and they are listening to others. So that time you can use well thought response, and the response is actually critically thought. So when somebody thinks critically and shares response, in Hindi we can say that napatula answer, right? So that time you can say well thought response. Well, I am really grateful that you shared this answer, that you shared the response. Then we can say completely satisfied. I am completely satisfied with your response. So completely satisfied also you can use. Proud of you. I am really proud of you. Now students are sharing response, they are engaged in the discussion, they excitedly they share something which you feel that you should be proud of. So you can say, I am really proud of you. You are extremely supportive. You are extremely supportive. This phrase you can use with anybody, with students, family members, colleagues, or your friends. Now suppose in need, whenever you require help, or maybe your known require help, that time you can use this. Alright? You are extremely supportive. You are extremely supportive. Suppose I required somebody to write response on whiteboard, or I require that somebody should go downstairs and get some classroom resources. So there are multiple students raise hands, right? When they raise hands, so you can say, you acknowledge their efforts, you acknowledge their response, and then you can simply say, you all are extremely generous. You all are extremely generous. You all are extremely generous. Last but not the least, which we often use, that is thank you. That is thank you. And I am sure that everybody is in habit of using this word often, right? So why to use only thank you? I have shared some other 19 phrases, sentences or idioms which you can use in your classroom. Make your students feel special, make your friends feel special, and use them. Why to repeat same word every time? So let's try.